As you had the 20-point lead, then they obviously cut it down to 3. How did the game change once you guys got it up by that margin?
What happened when we got up by 20 is what you're asking?
Yeah, you were up 20, and then they cut it to 3. How did you feel the game change once you guys got to that lead?
I feel like how we got to it is, I mean, we got stops and we were scoring the ball at an efficient rate. And then, you see we weren't hitting shots, and then they were hitting a lot of big shots, hitting threes and getting to the rack and hitting circuit shots. So, I mean, that's how it really happened.
Do you come out of this, obviously a win's a win, do you come out of it feeling that way, or is it tempered a little bit by the fact that you had to make plays down the stretch when it looked like it could be a blowout?
Shoot, a win's a win in the 10. They're not going to look pretty in the 10. I mean, you seen it yesterday with Michigan and Michigan State and Illinois. They're not going to look pretty. A win is a win in the 10.
What was Coach Holton's reaction after this in the locker room when he's talking to you and addressing you all?
Yeah, just following what Caleb said, just a win's a win. Obviously, it didn't go the way we wanted it to with giving up that big of a lead. But, I mean, in the Big Ten, it's hard. Wins are hard to come by, so you got to take them.
What was your main takeaways? I mean, it seemed like for the first 25 minutes, you guys were playing some of your better ball that you've played recently, and then last 10 or 15 minutes or so, obviously, what happened is last thing you guys would want. How do you sort of balance those in your head and sort of evaluate what happened out there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just trying to put a full 40 minutes together. I think the first 25 minutes we were competing, playing hard, sharing the ball, and we kind of got away from that a little bit. And just putting together a full 40 minutes, that's probably the biggest thing we got to do.
I'm just wondering what it feels like at the end of a game where, like you said, Caleb, shots aren't falling in for you guys, and then, like, Geo Baker pulls up from 45 feet and knocks one down. How do you get past that? How do you not let that sort of totally deflate you?
I feel like Coach preaches don't flinch a lot. Like things like that are going to happen. People are going to hit circuit shots. When there's good players on the floor, they're going to hit shots that not many players are going to hit. And then you just got to keep your poise and be able to sit back down on the next end and play defense.
You guys have been in close games at home that haven't gone your way, and I know you're not happy that it became close, but once it did get close, how do you feel like you guys responded to that? Once it got within a couple of possessions?
I feel like our older guys, including me and Dre, kind of calmed our group down. Like I said, don't flinch and just stay on the next possession, win the next possession.
Luther and Dwayne gave you guys some good minutes today. Luther found a shot a little bit, and Dwayne was facilitating the offense a little bit. How important were those guys your win today?
Well, yeah, they were big. I mean, they've put together a good couple days of practice, and it led over to the game. Obviously, we're happy to lose playing better, and Dwayne was facilitating the ball, like you said, and just hope they can continue to do that.
Hey, this is for either one of you guys. And like, you guys have been solid at home. You guys 12-2 at home, but a lot of that is because you guys have shot the ball a lot better than you have maybe on the road. I think 48% at home, but then it's 39% when you guys are away from here. I understand like home court advantage is a real thing, but like why is it that much of a drastic difference in between what you guys are able to do here versus what you're able to do other places?
We have the luxury of being able to practice on our main floor for 2 days in a row before games. I feel like that really helps. And, our coaches preach getting shots after practice, and you stand in your home gym, you're seeing the rims, the background is different away. And, at home, you get to practice on that shot a lot and with the same background in the shooter's gym.
Andre, we talked after the Wisconsin game about just trying to be the leader and take charge of things after a tough loss like that. What did you do these last couple of days in practice to try to take control of this team and make sure that a tough loss on Sunday didn't become a loss today?
Yeah, just expressing that we just got to learn from Sunday's loss and just get rid of it and get ready for Rutgers. And we did a good job of doing that. I think watching the film, we saw where we were messing up, and we corrected it and were able to get it done today.
You guys know what your Big Ten record is?
6 and 7. 6 and 7. Yeah.
Okay. How do you explain the wild disparities in scores, like what happened to Iowa at Purdue? I mean, I know home court advantage, like Steven said, it's 3 points. Like you get beat Penn State by 32 and lose by 14. There's all kinds of scores like that this year in a conference. What do you attribute that to?
The 10. I mean, it's the best, obviously the best conference in the country right now. Talking about putting more than 6-7 teams in the tournament right now, and you can just see how between the 3 spot and like the 10 spot is all separated by like 3 games. You know, you don't see that a lot around the country.
They got the majority of their points off the bench, and some of those guys haven't scored like that this season. Were you guys, I guess, how clued in were you on some of those guys in the scouting report? How much attention do you have to pay to some of the guys that ended up putting up some big numbers on you?
Yeah, I think we did a good job on scouting report for the most part. Obviously, I mean, some guys come in and they're going to hit shots you didn't think they were going to hit. So it's just staying poised and just knowing that they're going to hit tough shots and just flush it and move on to the next play.
Thanks, guys.